is that time. It's time to do weather for Weather Geeks. On this Tuesday evening, it's the Valley's most in-depth, detailed, geeky, nerdy weather video. We do not have any major winter storms heading our way, despite the rumors that are out there on the internet. But we do have plenty to talk about this evening, including some real back and forth in the temperature department in the coming days. Today was not a bad day. Now, the day started with kind of gloomy weather, colder weather. Some flurries were around for a time this morning, as you'll see on this time-lapse video from Niles. But then the sky did brighten, as expected, as we got into the afternoon. Some clouds for a time late this afternoon, but they got out of the way in time for a pretty nice sunset earlier on. You know, we're getting into the time of the year as we get into especially the second and third week of February, where the sun angle becomes more and more important in our daily weather impacts. Of course, the sun's gradually getting higher at this time of the year. Back on this December 21st, the start of astronomical winter, it was only 26 degrees above the horizon. The sun very low in the sky, and not much changed over the next month through mid-January. But the sun angle, the strength of the sun really starts to become a little more noticeable as we get into mid-February. It's up to 36 degrees above the horizon by February 15th, and of course this process continues for the rest of winter into spring, peaking at our latitude at 72 degrees above the horizon on June the 21st. And on a day like today, where it's in the 20s, a lot of our snow melted today. Now, it didn't completely disappear or anything like that, but there was a lot of meltwater out there again today, a lot of puddles, a lot of standing water, a lot of slush, and we can thank that gradually strengthening sun here in early February for that. It took a little while for the sun to come out today, but once it did, it felt pretty nice. We're already into solar spring. We're a handful of days into solar spring. Just a reminder, that's the 3 months of the year in which we gain daylight at the fastest rate. Each day now we're gaining about 2 minutes and 20 seconds worth of daylight. It's really noticeable in the evenings. In fact, our sunsets will go ahead to the 6 o'clock hour coming up in just 10 days. It'll only be 5 weeks from now that the sunset will be after like 7:15 because daylight saving time begins on March the 13th. In the mornings, it's, the sunrises are still pretty late, but they get back to 7 a.m. towards the end of this month. They'll take us another step forward, of course, with the return of daylight saving time in March. But, we're gaining daylight so fast at that point, that it won't be long before the sunrises get back before 7 a.m. later in the spring season. So the numbers today, 28 the high, just before 5 p.m. 22 is the low this morning at 10:06 a.m. We actually recorded a tenth of an inch worth of measurable snow with those flurries around earlier on today, bringing our monthly total to a robust 11.6 inches. The sky cleared late this evening. It is clear out there this evening. We have a cold front off to our west, a warm front pushing through will actually cause temperatures to rise as we go through the overnight tonight. Now, this front will not do much for our practical weather tomorrow other than bring us a stray rain or a snow shower. Cold's not really the story across most of the country. In fact, one of the interesting national weather stories is, the Super Bowl is coming up on Sunday right here on 21 WFMJ. It's played in the Los Angeles area. It's going to be very warm over the next several days, especially by February standards. In fact, so warm that a heat advisory is out for the greater Los Angeles area. That's how warm it'll be. It'll be in the 80s, maybe even pushing 90 in some of the hotter spots in Southern California. Pretty remarkable stuff for this time of the year. Again, cold's not really on the playing field for now across the lower 48 states. That's going to change as we head towards the weekend. Colder air mass starts invading the upper Midwest late this week and spreads into our region as we head into the upcoming weekend. I think our temperatures will fall on Saturday and we'll struggle to get above 20 despite a good deal of sunshine coming up on Sunday. The cold will then gradually ease some early on next week, although it's not exactly a heat wave coming our way. Again, not much moisture with this front tomorrow, maybe a stray rain or a snow shower right around lunchtime. Not expecting a whole lot with that. In the wake of that front, a blustery day on Thursday. Now, I think we still sneak above freezing Thursday, and I don't think this will be particularly organized activity, but some scattered flurries and snow showers will be out there on Thursday. Maybe some small light accumulations under an inch in most spots. Then as we fast forward to Friday, another warm front heads our way. This will kick temperatures back into the lower 40s Friday afternoon. Warm enough that as this moisture pushes in towards late afternoon and evening, it's probably going to fall as liquid precipitation, probably some rain showers towards the end of the day on Friday. But this cold front, again, is pretty strong and will probably send temperatures plummeting right around daybreak on Saturday. Again, over the next 72 hours, any snowfall accumulations will be on the light side in some of the hilly terrain in Geauga County, maybe someone gets a couple of inches there. Once you're north of I-80 and especially up into Crawford County, Erie County, PA, maybe someone gets a couple of inches up there. But in our TV viewing area, I would expect an inch or less out of any scattered snow shower activity coming up on Thursday. I mentioned the rumors on the internet. I addressed this last evening. I addressed it in regular social media posts yesterday and today, but I still got a lot of questions today. A lot of people sharing one particular screenshot that is from a Facebook page that it's just one of those things. It's like he's got the AMS seal on there, the American Meteorological Society seal, which actually degreed meteorologists who have that certification put on their products a lot of times to kind of let the general public know that this is a trusted, trained, educated source. But you can find that seal anywhere on the internet and paste it into your social media, and that particular image I've seen gone viral today. It's just from someone's Facebook page that does not appear to be an actually AMS certified meteorologist, and it shows a bunch of snow from an old model run 2 or 3 days ago across the region. Just gotta ignore that kind of stuff, and just share wisely and make sure that you're going to trusted sources. If it's not me, then hopefully it's someone else that's on TV or from the National Weather Service or someone that obviously is trained in this. But anyway, no, we're not going to have a big storm on Valentine's Day. What we will see on Valentine's Day is probably at least some flurries, maybe a couple of snow showers, but there's no big snowstorm or anything like that. As you can see, all our models here, some of our major models over the next 7 days, all showing less than 3 inches across our region. I touched on the longer range some last evening on weather for Weather Geeks. I still think the last week of February will feature a pronounced warm-up, and maybe we can finally start to see the grass in a lot of our area towards the tail end of the month. It's going to take until then. I think the next 10 days, 12 days will feature plenty of back and forth. Certainly some days in the upper 30s and lower 40s, but if we see any days in the 50s, maybe even 60, maybe, that's at least a couple of weeks away, I think, at this point. Anyway, that's it for me this evening. Thanks for watching Weather for Weather Geeks. Have a great rest of your Tuesday night. I'll see you back here on Wednesday.